All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Senior night edition, Coach, last Friday. And it didn't go quite the way we'd like it to go over there in Clinch County.
It didn't go at all the way we wanted it to go last Friday. It was not a very good night for us at all. Clinch County has something that we don't. That's called athletes. They have some kids that can really fly. They don't just have a couple. They've got a bunch of them that can really run. And they run the single wing offense. It's an old offense. It's one that you don't see very often, and they're really getting better at it each and every week. And their kids can really run that offense, can really run up and down the field. We went into the game. We knew our inside linebacker was going to be out, and Drake Gillis,
right.
And we knew our starting quarterback was going to be out. But yet, I was hoping our kids were going to really be able to compete. Irregardless of that, I knew personally. I didn't share it with the kids, but I knew it was going to be a tough game to win.
Right.
But yet, I was hoping our kids would compete for all 48 minutes. And to be honest with you, that wasn't really the case. I don't think they competed in the entire football game. There was a lot of times where we just we were overwhelmed with their speed and their strength, and it was really a disappointing night all the way around. Other than I could sit here and just continue to tell you how disappointing it is, it was just flat out disappointing.
All right, Coach.
And now it's all about bounce back. We got to bounce back from it, and today, this weekend, and today, Monday, has been tough. It was a tough day for us.
Yeah. You had film today and had to relive the whole thing.
We had film today, and again, we relived it and with the players, and that wasn't very enjoyable for them or us. And then we decided we had to take this opportunity today and just have a completely full practice. So we went full pads today. We worked heavily on our defense. We can't be giving up 350 yards rushing,
right.
and 34 points. We can't do that and expect to be any good. So we worked a lot on the defensive side of the ball for almost an hour and a half, and then we spent another half hour really working on offense. And again, every phase of the game was pretty poor last Friday. So where did we start? We feel like we need to start with the defense and go to the offense. And tomorrow we'll work more defense, work more offense, plus special teams tomorrow,
right. And
hopefully get better for this one.
All right, well, we'll just go ahead and look ahead then, Coach. We'll leave,
right.
Since you guys have left Clinch, we'll leave it to Telfair Friday night, senior night. I know we have some seniors we're going to be honoring. You get to walk the field again.
Yep, get to be on the field again. It's an incredible honor as a parent to be out there. Not just a football coach like I always am, but to be a parent out there. That's right. Really special. Telfair, today I stood all the seniors up in front of the rest of the team, and I said, I said, we're playing more than just trying to win a game and have a winning record. We're playing for these guys standing right behind me. And this group of seniors have really been I've had a lot of special groups of seniors, but these guys are right up there with any I've had. And it has really little to do with their athletic ability, and it has little to do with their wins and losses. It's all about character. As far as a group, overall group, it's a very high character group, and I really like a kid with a lot of character. I like a kid that has great work ethic and really believes, regardless of the sport he's in, regardless of what he's doing, he's going to give it your very best effort. A kid like that I know has a chance to be successful in the future, and we have a lot of those kids and seniors this year. I really think that at the end of the day, 10, 20 years down the road, I think this senior class is going to be achieving a lot of really good things. I think they're going to be good husbands, good fathers, good leaders of the community. Sure. And I really look forward to seeing these guys go on to develop into young men and go on to whether it's college or trade school or military or whatever it may be to be continue to be successful.
Be leaders in the community. And
exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot to do, especially around here. With the economy the way it is here in Folkestone, to have that leadership and to bring, hopefully bring more things to town.
Well, a lot of things. I spend a lot of time just talking with our players. And as a football coach, we do more than just holler and line kids up to play football. I spend a lot of time just talking to them one-on-one. I find times to bring them in my office all the time and just say, all right, listen, it's your senior year here. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I mean, we're not just going to hang out and do nothing.
Right.
We're going to do something. I mean, and college isn't for everybody, and that's quite okay. A lot of people, more people have probably been successful just doing other things than going to college. But try to encourage these guys to look at the military route, look at trade school route, doing something with their lives other than just hanging out. hanging out and paying $7 to go to a high school football game next year. I want them doing something.
Right.
And if they choose to come back to Charlton County, come back in such a way that you can contribute to our community,
right,
not just be a burden on our community. And or if you choose not to come back, I always keep up. I've kept up with our players all these last 20.
You've got a wall in there.
Yeah, 20 some years, and getting to, like I said, go to their weddings and go, meet their kids and everything. And so it's been really an honor. And this group right here, I think we have a lot of kids in this senior group that will have great lives and great futures ahead of them.
Very good, Coach. What are we looking for out of Telfair this week? What do you expect?
Telfair last year, if you remember, put a running clock on us. They blew us out. They are explosive. Their offensive line is probably going to be the heaviest offensive and defensive line we've played against, and that includes Ware County. I'm talking about some really big players, some guys that can run. Looking at their roster, they have several players over 300 pounds, and watching them on film, they can really move. They can get up and down the field. That, and then also, again, like Clinch County, they have a lot of speed.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that can really run around. They may have the best, and not taking anything away from our quarterback or Trey Harrington, but they have a quarterback that can really zip the ball, put the people on people, put the ball on receivers in stride. Maybe one of the best passing quarterbacks in our region. This football team, I tell our kids, and I'm just speaking the truth, they're better than us when it comes to athleticism. We have to overcome that with execution. We have to not make mistakes that hurt the Indians. Last week, I think we only had 20 yards in penalties, which is good, but yet we gave up a pile and everything else, rushing and so forth. But we have to continue not to make mistakes and so forth. We have to get playing football at a high energy, a lot of enthusiasm, which we just haven't had last week.
Well, hopefully with the senior ceremonies, people coming home to see their kids and grandkids graduate, last ball game. Hopefully that fire, that enthusiasm will be there in the.
Exactly. We hope we have it. We hope we have it. We hope we get it from the home crowd. We hopefully we have a great night for high school football, and hopefully the Indians finish on top on this one.
There you go. Coach, do we have any, I know sometimes you can't really give too much away. Do we have seniors that are looking to go on to the next level this year?
Well, we do. Just taking this off the old senior poster here. Our seniors this year, just going down through number, a lot of these guys have contributed for quite some time. And Julian Roberts, number 9, wide receiver, his dad actually played for me, Julian Sr. So he's one of these second-generation kids I get to coach. Trey Harrington, we talk a lot about Trey, an outstanding receiver for the last 4 years. Davron Reed, very good basketball player, also can be very good at wide receiver. And the next kid, Antonio Tarpley. Antonio is a kid who is one of those 3.8 GPA guys. He's a genius in math, and he's a guy that's going to go off to college and do something great, possibly engineering and so forth. Keontae Jordan has been there since the first day. His freshman year, just an outstanding kid on our team. Drake Gillis, we talked some about him. He broke his leg last game, not Clinch, but the week before. This is some of the best leadership we've had out of this football team, and Drake's been really the main person when it comes to that. And Drake is a guy who also has a high GPA, very intelligent kid, and Drake will also be a kid that goes to college and does well. Right. Cody Snowden, a young man who's just worked in our program, really contributes on special teams, has done a great job. Will Gowan, another kid who is another guy who's high GPA. I've known Will since he was 1 year old probably, because my daughter is going to graduate with these guys. So I can remember Will and some of these other guys, Will, Jamez, and Tanner Morgan, and some of these guys since they were in pre-K together. And so Will Gowan, again, is a high GPA kid, a high academic achiever. And the smartest one of them all, Jamez Davis. Jamez Davis, he's going to be featured in the Game magazine as the profile student athlete of the month. And Jamez is the kind of guy who he wants to be a doctor, and I'm sure he will be a doctor. Intelligent, perfect 4.0 student, hasn't got anything other than A's since he's been here, and he's been our center for the last couple of years and has done a great job. And he's the kid that wouldn't play football if it wasn't for what he's done in the weight room. He has built himself up. He's not real tall, but he's extremely strong and muscular.
He's put in the work.
He really has. Lance Thompson, again, Lance showed up first day as just a skinny, small kid, and now he's a 6'2", 210-pound inside linebacker.
Right.
So it shows you how these kids can really change from their freshman year on up to their senior year. Lance is someone that has a chance to possibly play a little bit more football when he gets done here. Tanner Morgan. Tanner's another guy that my daughter had in every class as elementary school. I can remember going to the Christmas parties and everything and seeing Tanner, knowing that, hey, that guy looks like a little football player, and he grew up into a big football player.
You were scouting back then,
scouting all the way back then. And Tanner's just a great kid, a great mom and dad, and his older brother also started for me in the state championship years. So really, again, keep it in the family there.
There you go.
Dalton Combs is a kid who is starting on offensive line. He's a big guy. Nickname is Cooter. Walking around in his boots all the time, even in shorts in the weight room. And he's just a guy that his family moved away for a while. Then they came back this year, moved to North Carolina. And I'm glad he came back because he's been a big addition to our offensive line. And last week he even played some defensive line. Matthew Johns is someone who moved over here from Camden County a couple of years ago. His family moved over and he went to school here. Matthew plays basketball, he plays baseball, and he's a very, very tough young kid on all of our special teams. So this group right here, a lot of these guys are going to have a chance to go to college. A couple of these guys, we talked about Trey as one of them, and Lance and Will Gowan. These guys are going to have a chance to play some more college football, I hope. But, again, it's a great group of kids, and really love these guys and going to miss them. Yeah. And it's every year you look at your next year's team and you wonder how you're going to live without them, which means somebody has to step up. And hopefully these guys here have really been great role models for our younger players, good leadership, great job in the classroom, kids that have no problem in school, none of this junk where they give teachers a hard time or nothing. This is a high-character, high-academic group, and I think we talked about that when the season started, about how good a group of kids these guys are.
You like to have a group of kids that you're not getting a call from Dr. Howard. They come down here and talk to this kid.
Exactly. We have some of that, but it's none of these guys right here. None of these guys. These guys are great kids.
Well, Coach, I kind of gave you a hard time a little bit last year about halftime when you had to escort Darby. Big game last year. You've already escorted her once. Now you're going to do it again. Are you going to make it through halftime again, Coach?
Well, this year it's actually before the game.
Oh, it's before the game.
Before the game.
All
It's
right.
7 o'clock, and that's something we really want to encourage everybody to come out and support our seniors, not just football players. It's going to be the cheerleaders, such as my daughter. I think there's 4 cheerleaders, possibly seniors. There's going to be some band kids that are going to be also recognized, which it's really, senior night is one of my favorite nights because the people that really deserve to be recognized will be recognized. And when I was in school, senior night was really called Parents' Night. Parents, the senior, and I look at it also as Parents' Night because each one of these kids are going to have their parents or guardians down the field with them, and they're going to be also recognized. And a lot of these kids, these kids now, a lot of these kids will have their own vehicles now, and they can get themselves to practice, but it hasn't been that way for a few years now. Right. The parents had to get them there. A lot of parent support for these guys, and I tell these kids, I said, listen, this night is for you, yes, but it's just as much for your parents to be recognized.
I've graduated. I've gotten 4 out, so I know what you mean.
It's a lot of taxi cab driving around, driving not only your own kid around but other kids. So this is a big night for the parents also. It starts at 7 o'clock sharp. Right. Hopefully we'll have people in the stands already, so each senior gets recognized and along with their parents and that sort of thing. And I like it. It's going to work out good for me because it's the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
If it's at halftime, I might be getting booed when they call this out. But at this way, I don't have to worry about that. It's going to start begin at the beginning of the game.
I was teasing you about how you like to be in there with the team, and during halftime. But this time, like you say, you'll be in there with the team.
Yeah, so it won't be no problem. We'll get it done with, and we'll do it right. Recognize these seniors, and hopefully we'll have a big game. We need a big game. Hopefully we'll have one.
We'll have a big one. All right, Coach, we're going to take a short break and then come back and we'll talk about the lockers.
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back.
The Folkestone Pharmacy, your original hometown pharmacy for over 45 years, is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet broadcasts. Folkestone Pharmacy accepts insurance from most local employers, including the City of Folkestone, Charlton County, Babcock and Wilcox, AJM, Charlton Memorial Hospital, and many others. The Folkestone Pharmacy wishes the Indians best of luck this season. Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation offers more than dependable electrical energy at a competitive price. Quality service is provided by a friendly and professional staff trained to meet your every electrical power need, whether residential, commercial, or industrial. If you have any questions or need information, call us at 1-800-262-5131. Okefenokee REMC, owned by those we serve. A proud sponsor of this year's Indian football broadcast.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mac Show. Coach, the plaques for the new lockers have started arriving.
That's right. I don't know if everybody. I know a lot of people have been by to see the new field house and see the lockers in them. We're still going to do some painting of motivational sayings or whatever. But again, hopefully people get by sometime during practice. I'll be happy to take time to show them around the field house, show them the lockers and everything. But the lockers are just fantastic.
Yeah.
The quarterback bought the lockers, and how we're going to try to help pay him off is with these plaques. Again, these plaques are $200. And if you get one of these plaques you can have anything you want put on them. This one right here says this locker is sponsored by Phil and Carolyn Lipsett in honor of their grandson, which is number 78, Cody Davis, who played last year, was a senior last year. And mine, I put my kid's name on it and so forth. You can have anything you want on here. And it costs the same. You can. This one says expect to win, just like that one does. But again, you can put anything, motivational saying. You can put your name. I know I have one. Some grandparents bought for Cody Wiles, and he was a member of one of the state championship teams, and they put that underneath his name. So these right here will be. They're going on right now. You can see me, or you can see Brian Hewling at State Farm Insurance. And again, these plaques, we're going to go put them in the back of the lockers, and they'll be in there forever. And if something happens to them, it's easily we could replace them, no problem. But again, we're starting that, help pay off the lockers, $200 each, right. And hopefully we get some alumni or just people that want to put anything in there, good luck type thing or anything like that. So this is going to be a good fundraiser for us to help pay off those lockers, and hopefully sometime we can get maybe an open house or get people in there to see that locker room, because again, people that have come in from other schools and saw it. They said it's got to be one of the best Class A football locker rooms in the state. And again, thanks to the community with the splosh, thanks to Dr. Larsey for really heading up this project. And it's been something that's been well needed for quite a while, and we're really proud of it.
I know there were some tears shed when the old one went down, but all that's in.
Yeah, it's and I think I might have told you, but before the tore down the last one, I took my last walkthrough through, and I think about the great players that have been in that building, and it was It was something to think about, and when it came down, and then this one's up now, and it's something to be proud of. It really is.
No doubt about it, Coach. And you can see. Can we put a link also? Can we put a link, contact information, on there? I was talking to producer Chris Beasley back there. He loves the spur of the moment stuff. All right, Coach. We went over Telfair a little bit. Talked about what you expect out of them offensively, defensively.
Well, Telfair offensively, they really run two offenses. They'll run wing T. They run, and they don't run a lot out of the wing T. When I say a lot, they don't run a lot of different things. All they're going to do is run the fullback trap, and they will run some sweep out of it. And that's really about it in that formation. And they will throw out of it real well. Their quarterback, like I said, is very, very explosive player. Great arm, can run the ball, can do a lot of things. Then they'll get into a shotgun. He'll be at least 5, almost 6 yards deep, and they'll throw the ball around. And again, he's a great receiver, a great quarterback with some great receivers with him. So again, offensively, it's going to be another one of those things where there's going to be a lot of athletic talent on their side of the ball again. Defensively, they're big up front. The linebackers run well. Those same athletes who play wide receiver are going to play in the secondary. Again, making it hard for us to run the routes we want to run and catch the balls like we want to. But again, we just got to keep working. This setback last Friday felt like 5 losses in one game. It's something that, like I told the players and coaches, once the film was shown, it's done. It's got to be done. And to be honest with you, I haven't quite done that yet. Maybe by tomorrow I can get that out of my mind. But this is a big game. This is a big game. If we win this game, it will guarantee us a winning season.
Right.
The worst we can do would be go 6-4, 6-5, 6-4, I believe, or 6-5. It's the worst we can do because I believe we'll make the playoffs, even no matter what happens these next 2 games. But again, playoff time, you want to finish as high as you want to finish in the top 8 in the bracket, because you'll get to host a playoff game. If not, you'll be on the road. In this playoff bracket, you have no idea where you can go.
Yeah.
Our girls softball team proven that. Last 2 years they've traveled to Gordon Lee.
Basically Tennessee.
Yeah, pretty much Chattanooga, Tennessee, the last 2 years. So that's something you want to try to avoid if you can. But again, we're going to be glad we're in the playoffs, but we want to get this one, win this one, hopefully try to get the next one and finish high in the brackets.
All right, Coach. Now you spoke early in the first segment. People need to get there early.
We would like for people to get there early to support the seniors, to give them really give them the kind of send off that they deserve. It starts at 7 o'clock. That starts at 7 o'clock, and then of course we have game starts at 7:30. But we'd love to have a big crowd at this thing. Senior night, homecoming is huge, of course.
Yeah.
But senior night is special because we have a lot of great kids in our not just football team, but the band. Band has a bunch of great seniors in it, great kids, cheerleaders. Have some great girls in there, and we want to really send them off and have a great senior night.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you Friday night early.
Yeah.
Get there before 7, y'all. Let's pack the stadium. And there's no B team, right?
No B team. B team season is over.
Okay.
7th, 8th grade is over. It's just we're finishing up varsity football now.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you Friday night.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.